New video coming to us, this one courtesy of the New York Times, of illegals that are trying to cross over the border wall. You can see it's a group of migrants that were trying to come into the country. They were trying to cross over to the border wall. Apparently one woman fell and may have been hurt, and somehow this is going to be Trump's fault. You know where they're going. Again, they're pointing out one woman fell and injured herself, so somehow this is Trump's fault. Just as this is Trump's fault. Let me take you to see it at Juarez in Mexico, where, guess what, migrants are pretty upset because they cannot get right now those appointments with immigration in order to come into the country. You can see a woman crying. You can expect a lot of this kind of video coming forward. Again, the migrants furious because the apps have been shut down that would have allowed them to have these appointments to come into the country. Meanwhile, they have shut down the border there in El Paso, Texas. It happened just moments after Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th president of the United States.
Beyond this point, will result in the arrest, prosecution, and possible application of force. Advertencia. Esta es una área restringida federal.
In other words, things are changing. Things are changing really rapidly. In New York right now, apparently migrants are worried. They're leaving New York City shelters as Trump ICE raids are set to begin. We know that some were also set to begin in Chicago, but word of the plan leaked out. Consequently, they're pivoting a bit. But as you heard Holman say there at the top of the show, the raids have begun. They are starting to arrest people. But by the way, this should not surprise anyone. I mean, you can't actually be here illegally. You certainly can't have committed a crime and be here illegally. This isn't like asking for the moon, for goodness sakes. I mean, you'd think it was the way they're going on and on and on and on. Quick shout out for one of our great sponsors here on the Trish Regan Show. If you are worried about the future, if you're worried about inflation, I get it. You know what? I'm still, even as excited as I am about the future, the economic future we have under Donald Trump, I'm still worried about inflation because we just spend too much money. We print too much money. And even if it's just 2% a year, it's 2% a year inflation. That's the goal, right? You want to have 2% inflation. Anyway, we always have inflation. So how do you adjust for that? How do you make sure you even out the inflation so that one day your dollars are worth as much now, or in the future, as I should say, as they are now? Well, you can invest in gold. So take a look at this. Right now, there's a special offer from our show sponsor, American Hartford Gold. You can get up to $15,000 right now in free silver with qualifying gold purchases. So go check it out. You can text my name, Trish, to 65532 or call 1-844-495-1115. And then the other thing is, you can't forget this, TrishLovesGold.com. You can just go to the link, TrishLovesGold.com. Check that out today.